Hold up.
Good morning. This is Desiree Dubois, founder of An Empowered Woman and publisher and producer of Let's Talk Success. Thank you. I'm so sorry we're getting started a few minutes late. Technical difficulties. But anyway, let me tell you a little bit about Empowered Woman. We are a women's networking community for women professionals and entrepreneurs. We support women in business, whether they're starting, fixing, or building their businesses. We want to offer them more education, motivation, and community. And next year we celebrate our 10 years in business. So that's amazing, especially knowing of all the different things that's happened in the last 10 years, all the different things that have emerged. But we started because of that fact that we just felt women needed more. They needed more resources. And it started in my living room, quite honestly, where I was transitioning from real estate and during that market, when the market did a lot of changing, I thought, okay, I'm an investor. So I maybe wait this out a little bit and I was going to try to get more women involved and invested in real estate. That was my intention. So I said, let me invite them to my home and I can make brunch for them and they can come and then we can have motivational speakers to get them out of their own way or get them to find their greatness or to, just whatever they're encountering, whatever's holding them back. Let's get rid of that so that they can move forward and start investing in real estate and making the money and the developing the passive income and developing long-term income that they deserved. But what happened is that we started and we had ladies had a great time. I brought in different speakers and they cried and they laughed and they ate and then they bonded and they left. And we did it again and again and again. And then slowly, like 8 months later, we were packed. We were having to bring in the lawn chairs and we had to now start getting caterers because it was way too much for me to cook. And then we had to start charging. And then we started charging. We said, okay, well, now we've got to go get a bank account. We had to think of the name. We had to get a DBA and we have to really look at this as a business. And that's how we evolved. And then we decided to go to a larger facility, which was the Mountain Gate Country Club. And we said, if it can work there and we can keep up the momentum, then we actually are on to something. And again, 9 years later, we are still on to something. We have had to emerge ourselves along with the markets and wealth with the needs that the women have in business today. Now, let me tell you a little bit about me. Yes, I think I was born to be an entrepreneur. I think that's me thinking of my next great idea and then laughing at the thought of the joy I would have in creating it. I've been an entrepreneur since the age of 12. And, the first business that I did was when I was, my mother would take me to dance school in the morning, dance classes. And then I started teaching younger children the same dance lessons in the afternoon at a local community center. And believe me, if I didn't have that lesson that morning, I didn't know what I was teaching them that afternoon. And when it was time for us to get prepared for our recital and make the uniforms or the costumes for our recital for our dance class, my mother and I brought a sewing machine and made the costumes for my little ones for their recital. When it was time for us to sell tickets for our recital, I created and printed some tickets for my little ones to sell to their family and friends for their recital. And then we had our recital for my dance class, and then shortly thereafter, I had a dance recital for my little ones. And it was so well received. It was so packed in there that my sister was running the tickets, my brother was running the music, and someone complained about the over occupancy, and management came down, and fortunately for us, it was right at the end of the show, but they said it was too many people, and they realized it was all being run by a 12-year-old, so they basically shut us down. But it was a great lesson. It was a great opportunity because what it taught me is that the lesson I want to share with you is that you don't have to know a lot or be completely knowledgeable or certified or, in your desire to teach something. Just teach it to someone who may not know that already, and they'd be glad to pay you for that because whatever that level is, somebody else is just starting out just like you. So that was one of my first adventures. And then the second one is that I think we're all very familiar with the world's famous chocolate bars that we had to sell for school for our, I went to Catholic school, so it was one of our fundraising projects. And when I opened the bar one day, I realized that there was 12 pieces in the bar. And so instead of selling it at bar for $1, I sold it on the playground chunk by chunk, 10 cents a piece. So that meant I would make 10 cents, 20 cents a bar. because it was 12 pieces. And it was easy for me to sell at the playground because a lot of the kids at recess time come running to me because they had 10 cents. And so they would buy the bars, and I won the contest for selling the most candy bars, as well as made 20 cents of profit from each one of them. So the lesson learned in that many of you have products or programs or services or books or whatever it is that maybe you could perhaps sell in chunks. Maybe break it up into individual episodes or modules and sell it that way. And then also you can sell it as a full package for maybe a little discount. But it doesn't have to be one price, one way. Whether it's a program, maybe the program can be sold one price, but people take portions of it or modules of it, they can pay a little bit more, and you have that something to sell. So really be able to take what you have and really expand it to the best of your ability. Then one of my other projects was when I was living in the Marina del Rey going to school, USC. And I would note that on the weekends, the gentlemen would, people would party, have a great time, and they just wanted to leave. They didn't really want to, clean up and take the time to do that. This actually, at the end of the party, they were ready to leave. And the boats are not large spaces, and it's not really a lot to do, mostly just cleaning up the beer bottles or cans and just very little cleaning. So I thought, okay, let me create a Marina Mermaid service. And I got some cute little blue shirts, t-shirts with white print on it, and some blue buckets, and stuffed them with different cleaning supplies. But I said I really didn't want to do so much of it myself, so I presented the opportunity to the other ladies in school, because a lot of the ladies in school going to school had different schedules, and they wanted to just be able to make money between their classes and their times off. So I presented to them, so they would come to my apartment, they'd pick up their buckets, get their t-shirt, and go clean the boat. And we charged $35 at that time, and $15 went to them, $15 went to me, and $5 went towards supplies. And I put an ad in the Argonaut newspaper, which is a local newspaper, really reasonable to do, and we were very, very busy. We were growing quite well. Because again, it was a big relief for a lot of the people that were enjoying their boat, and it was great for the ladies. But what happened is that one of the ladies was smoking on the boat, and the cushion caught on fire. Now, fortunately for us, it was not a big fire, just the cushion. But the owner of the boat said, "You've got to replace the cushion," which we were glad to do. But it required that we got insurance, which made sense. But when I looked at it, it was prohibitive at that time, because here's like a 19-year-old with these multi-million-dollar boats, and it was not cost effective. So we decided to close it, and I always thought one day I would reopen it, because I still look around at different marinas to see if there's something like that, but I just haven't gotten around to it. But the lesson that was learned there was basically twofold. One of them, you do have to have your accounting, your insurance, and your legal things in place when you have your business, especially today in such a litigious society, because things can happen that would shut you down. But the next thing was that, if you see an opportunity, and maybe it's not something that you want to do yourself, but you can always think of who would benefit from doing it, and then be able to perform that business and run that business and manage that business and profit from that business as a result of others who are more available or more interested in doing it. So, there's so many different projects. I went on from there to have a models media, to looking at production, and then I got into real estate and so forth. And today, here we are. So I just want to kind of go through that journey with you, because it's been some businesses I've had that's done really well, where I've made so much money that I really couldn't keep count of it. And then some businesses I did not do well at all. There was no money to count. So this is part of a journey. And if you're truly an entrepreneur, you've got to just constantly be willing to go at it, stay in the game, and push forward. So what one of the programs that we've created that I find people have asked me, well, Desiree, how can you just keep starting businesses? Or what are the common denominators that you found from all the women that you've interviewed and affiliated yourself with in business? And it narrowed down to 7 things. And we created a program called The Power of 7. And we started years ago, maybe about 6 or 7 years ago, but now we're doing it more frequently, because now we feel that this is really what women just want to get in. They want to get it, do it done program. They don't want to do the research. They just want to be able to tell me the formula, tell me what I need to do, so I can just go about and doing it. We are much more better stewards of our time and our money. And again, we don't want to take the time to start from scratch when we know that it's already done for us. So what Power 7 covers is networking, speaking, and live events, affiliates, joint ventures, and sponsors, telecalls, webinars, and Google Hangouts, web TV and radio shows, becoming a published author, create products, programs, and services, and being able to funnel all of them and work your social media. Now, we've been doing it in different phases. Last week, we talked about networking, speaking, and live events. Today, we're going to concentrate on affiliates, joint ventures, and sponsors. So let's get started. Affiliates and affiliate marketing. Why? Well, this is perfect no matter where you are in business, whether you're starting a business or further advancing your business. It's being able to multiply your audience, being able to grow your audience. You partner with people that are influencers in your industry. So you actually say, okay, let's do this together, or let's do that together. And then that way you promote them, and then you're able to benefit from what they have to work with. It's able to maximize the network and the followings of other players, similar players in your industry. And you have more people speaking on the same topic, which adds credibility. And then you can get together with like-minded individuals to create a relationship that benefits both parties. So let me just back up and tell you what the definition of affiliates and affiliate marketing. According to Wikipedia, affiliate marketing is a type of performance-based marketing in which a business rewards one or more affiliates for each visitor or customer brought to the affiliate's own marketing efforts, brought through the affiliate's own marketing efforts. And the industry has four core players. It's the merchant. Okay, so that's the person that's manufacturing or has the product itself. And then there's the network. Many times you work through a commission junction or another service like that will act as the middleman or the broker, so to speak, of all the different programs, all the different merchants. So they have them in commission junction covers like a whole variety of industries. They've got some special ones for people in the financial industry. They've got special ones for people that are in the spiritual based industry, and so forth. So that's that component. And then there's a publisher, and that would be you. That would be the person that actually is publishing or promoting the particular merchant. So, for example, you can do it on your websites, on your newsletters, on your blogs, on your social media. I'll elaborate on that in a minute, but there's many ways that you can be able to support that merchant. And then when somebody buys or subscribes, whatever the action is required, you get paid. And then the fourth party is the customer. That's the person that actually buys or subscribes to what your offering is. Why you want to do it? Because it increases your profits, plain and simple. It's very easy to monetize. So say, for example, you don't even know what you're doing yet. You have no product or program or service yourself, but you want to make money. Well, you can just create a site, a website, or a portal, or a blog, or a newsletter where you promote other people's programs. And when they click on or subscribe or purchase that program, you get paid either a flat fee or a percentage. So some of them could be even a book, for example. You get a very large, rather smaller percentage because it's a smaller priced product. But then some of the programs and products that are larger, that can be in the thousands of dollars, you literally can make $1,000 or $2,000 per person that purchased that program or product. So it can accumulate. I mean, people are making millions of dollars in affiliate marketing just doing that, and they don't have any other business. And then if you do have a business, you can incorporate in yours. Say, for example, you have a newsletter that goes out. Then talk about a program or product, either something you use or something you promote. If you're in a business, maybe you'll promote Constant Contact, or maybe you love Infusionsoft, or maybe if you're in the fashion industry, you love shoes, or you love or if you're in the books, or you have eBay, or you can use Amazon. There's all of those places, all of the different businesses, airlines, movies, restaurants, vacation places. Almost anything you can find has an affiliate link to it. And you can market and make money. And it's a win-win, because now you're promoting someone that you believe in and you trust, and people trust you. So they take your advice, and then they get the sale and you get compensated for it. And again, some of the services like Commission Junction, called CJ.com, they can handle affiliate partnerships. There's also ClickBank, which is another really large one that handles affiliate markets. So there's depends on what you want and what industry you want to promote, then that's what you'll be able to do. And again, it's passive income. That's where the passive income comes from. It's once you put it on your website or your newsletter or wherever you're sharing it with, it's there, and then people just click on it and you get paid. The checks come in the mail. So once it's done, it's it. So that's a great way of being able to really, at the Power of 7, we really detail what type of affiliates would be good for you on your marketing. It could be aligned with your business, or it could be just something like your favorite things. One lady really loves shoes, so every month she features her special shoes. Well, some of the shoes are $300 or $400 or $500. She gets paid quite a bit from that. So that little extra income is what she's using for to purchase and to satisfy her own shoe fetish. So all different types of things, all different types of ways to use it, and it's fun. Now, joint ventures. Okay, joint ventures are really, really powerful, again, no matter where you are in your journey, especially though if you're just starting out, because you really need that additional visibility, that credibility, and the revenue. And that's when you decide with somebody, it could be in alignment with you. We've had people that, for example, if you're selling beauty products, skincare products, then you can align yourself with someone in fashion. You can align yourself with someone within jewelry. You can do, event together. You can do a live event or a virtual event. If you are an accountant, you may want to build a team. Maybe someone else is in financial planning, and maybe someone else is an attorney that's into the trust and wills or something at that point. So you kind of joint venture with someone on a project and say, this is what we're going to do collectively, and this is what we're going to leverage your database, your expertise, and your resources. And then by mentioning certain products and services that you can use, you can leverage their audience as well. And then you put together the resources for your database that will add value for both sides, making it easier to monetize, which means that you do the events and then you decide, okay, everyone combines a database. So that means you automatically build and grow your list immediately. And then by being affiliated with people that maybe have been in business longer than you have or have a larger name that you have, then you get that additional credibility and that visibility, because when people are looking for them, they will find you. And then also you'll be able to put on your website or to add to your credentials that these are people that you've done business with. And it breaks the barriers for other people that may want to do business with you. Because immediately they'll say, oh, well, he had so-and-so and they're doing something with so-and-so. They must be really cool. They must be really having something up. So it really just kind of makes everything that you do thereafter a lot easier. And sometimes they're better and more seasoned at selling from the stage or selling the program. And if they sell, then you're obviously going to make more money, because usually the money is either a percentage of or a split. There's all different types of agreements that you make, and we show you how to do those in the Power of Seven. We'll show you the type of joint ventures that would be appropriate for you, the type of how to leverage it, and how to negotiate it. Because some people say, well, I've got no list, I'm just starting out. Why would they want to joint venture with me? Well, we'll be able to find your value. There's a value in everybody, and we'll be able to find that value, and it depends on, show you how to approach your potential joint venture partners so that you can feel successful and confident in doing so. So then sponsors. Okay, sponsors, many people know sponsors like the banks and the large organizations that they see at the baseball games or the large events and so forth. But there's a lot of other ways to be able to participate in sponsor agreements. What it does, it builds an audience that you build an audience that other brands want to target. So a sponsor wants, for us, women in business, women entrepreneurs, that's our audience. Perhaps it's children, perhaps it's mom, perhaps it's enthusiasts, football enthusiasts, perhaps it's athletic enthusiasts. So it could be anything. Find out what your market is. You have to be really clear on what your market is, and that's why it's clear to have a specific market. And then you're being able to have presented them that that's the brand, and you have the market they want to brand to. You're able to offer potential sponsors visibility for the price, for them to be in front of your market for a dollar amount. And then usually, the larger the targeted audience is, the more you can charge your sponsors. So again, it's a difference if I have 100 people that are $100,000 earners, women in business, or that if I have 5,000 people that are $100,000 earners in their business. But many times it's not always the quantity, it's the quality. Because say, for example, it's a high-end sponsor, maybe it's a high jewelry line where the jewelry, like their target market is millionaires. They'd rather be in front of 20 millionaires than to be in front of 100, women that maybe not, because they'll have a better result with that 20 millionaires. So sometimes it's not the quantity, it's the quality. So I want you keep that in mind so you don't feel you have to have this a numbers game. So there's three types of sponsors that are most commonly, and one of them is a financial sponsor, one that will give you X amount of dollars to be in front of your target audience. And then there's another one that's in kind. Those are the sponsors that will say maybe they have the good energy drinks, or maybe they have alcohol drinks, or maybe they have food. They'll give you the food, or they'll give you a facility, the location for your event, or they'll give you, products, or think equipment. It's in kind. It's not cash. It's in merchandise. Whatever merchandise they have, they will sponsor that party, which is really valuable. If you're giving certain events like live events, we needed tables and plays and chairs and food and music. People can sponsor the music. They can sponsor the videotaping. So it's just different things. Companies can say, I've got this great video recording company and I want more visibility for them, so I'll sponsor that. So there's different things you can negotiate with them. Or there's media sponsors. And media sponsors are people that will give you the advertising, give you media. It could be online and offline. If they have books or magazines or newspapers, or it could be online blogs. It could be a lot of different ways that they will just simply promote and become your media sponsor by promoting the event or promoting you to their audiences. And then there's different kinds of sponsorships. There's the sponsorships that, and I use there's three different kinds that I demonstrate here, but there's all different kinds. It could be as large or small. Again, we think of the large companies, the large banks. But what about the printer down the street? They need business. They can't afford to put ads necessarily in newspapers and magazines, and they can handle business from anybody, anywhere. So that would be considered one of your smaller sponsors. Say, for example, we've had sponsors that does hair, someone that does wigs or hair or the extensions. Very high ticket item, $1,000, $2,000. She needs advertising, but she doesn't want to put ads in the newspapers or put ads in the radio or put even Facebook ads. So we're a perfect market for her, and it's worth it to her to be able to do that. So it can be, don't discount even that a fellow business person that may have, again, a social media marketing company, or that may have a web design company. They need advertisement, and if you have their target market, then they're willing to pay to be in front of that market, because that's target marketing for them. So don't discount the small guys. It's great to work on the large companies because they do pay a lot more. It's a little more of a process. They usually around October is the time when they start planning for the next year. So you have to have sponsored decks and proposals. You need to go through the gatekeepers and get to the people you need to get it to, and wait through that process. So that's definitely a way to go, because their amounts obviously are much, much larger than some of the small ones. But in the meantime, do not eliminate or discount the small business, because many times they will participate as well. And when I say brick and mortar or virtual, again, it could be someone that has a store. Brick and mortar is someone that actually has a building, a brick, something that's permanent, standing there. So it could be anyone, any kind of store or organization that has that. But virtual, now we have an influx of virtual products, products that are business solutions, um, like the Hootsuites, or like the Infusionsoft, or like the Weebly, or like this, all these different things that we use. I mean, just think about what you have passwords for, things that you're using. They want to advertise, whether it's the Evites or Eventbrite or just paperless posts. I mean, all those things that are virtual, that don't have brick and mortar stores, they still need and want to be in front of their target market. And if you have their target market, they will compensate you for that exclusivity. And then some of them will want the live events or promotion. So some of them want to participate at the live events that you have, but some of them just want to be promoted. So whether you promote them, we tell you like what's the best way to do that, whether they should promote them via your radio shows or your videos or your emails, or your newsletters or your blogs. I mean, so there's a lot of different things they just want. It doesn't always have to be at an event. A lot of times we see sponsors at events, and they have their tags and their banners and things of that type. It can be just for the matter of promoting whatever you're promoting anyway. As long as you include them in it, that could be valuable to them. But there's certain questions to ask, and that's where people get stuck. It's not just saying, will you sponsor me? There's certain questions you should ask before you get to that point. And again, it depends on your business. But these are just a couple of examples. So that before you even go into telling them what all that you can do for them, find out what they're looking for. Okay, what are they looking for? Are they looking for opportunities to be in front, live in front of the audience? Are they looking for opportunities to be included on a consistent basis in your newsletters or in your blogs or something virtual? Are they looking for more clients to sign up? Are they looking to educate more people because they know that once they educate the people, they have a higher enrollment from there? What are they looking more for? Like I always say, like, what do you want more of? What do you want more of? If you had your choice of anything, what is it you want more of? What's that perfect client that that you want more of? And then what has worked for them in the past? Because you could go out there and put this whole proposal together for this live event or this whole proposal together for a virtual event or the combination of both, but you find out that live events has not worked for them in the past. Maybe it becomes too expensive because they have to have a person there and the table and the banners and all that good stuff, where they are really best in doing seminars or doing webinars or doing things like that as a better rule. So find out what's worked for them in the past so that they can then how to structure a proposal for them that is going to really be and meet their needs. And then more importantly, most importantly, is their budget. Is that they have a budget, something that could be reoccurring, where they could pay you X amount of dollars a month on a consistent basis, which is always the ideal, or a large sum. So say, for example, you were charging them $2,000 a month, but if they paid for it in full, it was only $20,000. So they saved $4,000. So it's different ways you can do that. But what is their budget? Is their budget only $500 a month? Is their budget $100,000, for the year and or for a period of time that you can actually be able to give them value for that? So find out what their budget is so that you don't go in way, way, way over or under. Sometimes you underestimate what they're going to spend for this value, and you, in that point, would lose. So find out what that's, and there's more questions, but this depends on what you're doing and what your product and program and service is. And this is what we cover in the Power 7. We take your business and the programs that you have to offer, and we structure a sponsor package around that. So now, these are just part of the Power 7. The Power 7, as I mentioned, is 7 different tools that you can get more visibility, more credibility, and more revenue. But when you complete the Power 7, this is what you walk away with. So what we talked about today was just only one segment of it. You get a golden Rolodex. And that is where you have a whole list of all kinds of products and programs and services that you can utilize in your business, from other management tools, websites, just copywriters, just everything you possibly could need. We have that. It's things that we use. It's our Rolodex. And then you have an organization and management tool, because we find that a lot of time is spent looking for things, tracking things, recreating things, creating things for different assistants and so forth. The tool that we use is great because it's absolutely free. And you're able to put all your projects in there. You're able to put all your pictures, your audio, your videos, all your collateral in there. You're able to create to-do lists. You're able to create deadlines. You're able to add members to your boards or the different lists, so that if you want to create a team or a virtual assistant or assistants around certain projects, only they could have access to that project. So that you have different, so you're able to protect your information. You're able to duplicate it. I mean, there's some wonderful things you can do, and it's so easy, which is what I like the best. It's so easy to set up, so that it's almost like a no-brainer, and it's just easy to maintain. And it's just, management is important, because again, if you just think about where all your things are, where are all your articles, where are all of your videos, where are all your photographs, where are all of your passwords, where are all your keywords and tag words, where are all of your recordings stored from your teleclasses and telecalls, where is everything? This is a way to keep everything together. And then we talk about speaking, getting speaking opportunities, and doing events, again, live events, how we can monetize those. Today, we talk about affiliates, joint ventures, and sponsorship. We talk about you become a published author. We create articles for you to submit to other blogs or magazines, online and offline, and be able to even create your own ebook at the end of it. We create your own web TV and radio shows. You have a show, whether it's a talk show or information show or a show that's on the road. We create the names, the time, the channels for your shows, and It's done. Your programs and products, like create things, programs and products that you have with whatever your expertise is. And then at the end, on that Sunday evening, we give you a 12-month income generating blueprint. I break down your desired goal, and most of us desire at least another $100,000. And we break it down to what has to happen monthly, weekly, daily, and hourly, and to meet your goals. And then we create those packages and programs and say you need 20 of these or 10 of this and 5 of this, and you'll be able to achieve your goal, making it really simple as a no-brainer. Because we get so caught up in all the different shiny objects and all the things that we can do. We're so multi-talented that we want to really break it down and create different thresholds so you can really just be, consistent with it. And so to keep you consistent and on the ball, we have a weekly mastermind call every Tuesday at 10. We get on the phone and people are able to talk, and then we're able to do the program that we were able to do. So the weekly mastermind calls keep you on point. You share your wins. You share if there's any challenges you have. You're able to share that as well. And then we go further into teaching. There's always so much to learn. And so you talk about whatever questions you may have, and we just go further teaching that. So it's a great way, whether you're just a solopreneur or whether you're at the top of a multi-billion-dollar company, it's still lonely sometimes at the top. So it's great to be able to participate with other like-minded women that know what you're up against, know the program, and be able to give you real constructive opportunities and able to network together. We also have a Facebook group for our Power 7 grads in which we're able to promote and brainstorm and mastermind with each other. So it's really good to have a community to work with to keep you in sync. So again, and the program is designed to create more credibility, more visibility, and more revenue. So feel free to, there's a chat for any questions. Some of the questions are already coming through. So please post any questions that you may have. You hear them coming through right now. Okay, so let's do some numbers. I talk about $100,000, and there's some people it's nothing, and some people it's like, ooh, how does that happen? So as I mentioned, we take $100,000 and divide it by 12, and what that looks like is $8,333 a month. Divide that by 4, it's only $2,000 a week. Now, again, I do know that some months have 5 weeks and so forth. It's just a general overview. But week, we do like 5 days. And we do know that weeks have 7 days. But just if it's only 5 days a week that you are working, then all you need to do is make $416 a day. Now, many of us have programs that are $200 a shot or $1,000 a shot or whatever. So if you just did that 5 times a week, you'd have your goal. And you divide that 8 hours a day, which many of us work more than that, but that would be equal to $52 an hour. All you have to do is make $52 an hour to achieve the $100,000 mark. And when you break it down that way, it's a lot more palatable, as well as the fact that it really keeps you in mind as to what you should be delegating and automating, because your time is too valuable to be doing some of the things that many of us could be guilty of doing. So that it gives you a good reality check for that. Now, when I talk about different ways to be able to make your $100,000, at the Power of 7, we work with what is within your industry. So this is some examples, and again, we customize it to you, but this will give you an idea. Say, for example, you love doing events, and you did 2 live events a month. It could be maybe one in LA, one in Orange County, one in San Francisco, one in San Diego, one in, different industries, whatever it is. You have 2 events in a month, and you had charged $4,000. You made $4,000 each event. Then it's $8,000 a month. So that $4,000 can be a combination of ticket sales. It could be from sponsorship. It could be from marketing tables. It could be from joint ventures. It could be from you selling from the stage. A lot of different ways of being able to do that. We covered that last week. So if you haven't gotten that PowerPoint, then just email me and we'll make sure we send you that replay. And we went into depth about live events. So that's easy enough. Or say, for example, you got sponsors. You had a TV show, a radio show, or a program, or whatever it is, and you just needed 4 sponsors at $2,000 a month. They sponsor whatever you were doing. That's all you would need. Or say you do coaching classes or seminars, whether it's live or via the teleclasses or whatever it is. But let's say it's coaching seminars, and you had 8 people that you coached, paying you $1,000 a month. Now that could be equivalent to $250 a week. Once a week you coach them. That's $1,000 a month. Get 8 people that you've got your $8,000 a month, which is very close to your $100,000 a year. And again, I do know that these are $8,000. I round the numbers out, so the little extra money can come in your petty cash. Or you do CDs or videos or workbooks. You create something that you utilize your teleclasses or your seminars, and you record them and you create a product out of them. All you need to do is sell 16 of them at $500. And that every month, that would equivalent to $8,000 a month. And this is not even things that once you create it, you just put it on your website or you promote it and people buy it. And that's what it is. You don't have to do it over and over and over and over again, until you do the next edition or the next edition. And then one idea is teleclasses. Very easy from your home, your office. You can do it in your pajamas. It's do it for worldwide. So it's easy to get 40 people and charge them $200, and that's $8,000 a month. So you can do one a week. You can do two a week. I mean, there's so many ways to be able to work this out. So it's much more easier if you know what to do and you have it programmed and organized and know how to promote it properly, then you'll be able to accomplish your goal. And what I find is that a lot of people say to me, "Oh, Desiree, I have videos and I have audios and I do this and I do that." And I said, "Well, my question is, are you making $100,000 with it?" And I was like, "Well, no, not consistently." Then there could be a missing link. I mean, I can have all the ingredients for a chocolate cake. I can have the chocolate and I can have the butter and the water and the milk and all that stuff. But if I don't put it in a certain way, it's not going to come out as that delicious, juicy, moist chocolate cake. So there's a way to do everything, and there's a system to be able to repurpose, and to one thing leads to the other. And that's what you learn in the Power of Seven. And this I just find as a fascinating piece of information, that if you had 1,000 units of anything, whether it's your time or a product or program, and if it's $1,000, then it equals to $1 million. So all you have to do is have a product for $1,000, sell 1,000 of them, and you've made your $1 million. So it's really important to be able to get this together and get these products together and get them refined and get started on making the money that you deserve to make with your expertise. I mean, this is all something that you already know. All of you are experts in whatever industry it is, whether it's something in a business or fun. You have some expertise that you can monetize, and that's what this is designed for. It can be your legacy, but it can be just your passive income. And if you want something different, you have to do something different. It's just as simple as that. So we have a couple options for you. All right. What are your options? Well, option number one, you can have a private session, which I would come to your home or office, especially if you have a team, assistants and salespeople. You want them to get the same information. It's $3,500 with a payment plan, or $3,200 if you pay for it in full. So if you think of it as, $3,500, well, that's less than $292 a month. That's less than $300 a month for to be able to have a program that someone to come in and teach your team that will be ready and able to make an additional $100,000 for you. So it's not that expensive. It's a worthwhile investment. It's tax deductible, and it's something you would actually get it done. So again, you don't have to spend time researching, figuring it out. These are practices I've been teaching for years. You just get it done. But another option, though, is a small group. We do small groups every month, and it's a group of 4 or 5 at the maximum, and it's just myself and sometimes an assistant, and it's $1,800 for the payment plan. And the payment plans vary, where it's $300 a week for 6 months, very easy, or $1,600 if you pay for it in full. And if you amortize that, it's less than $150 a month. So you can't say that you can't spend $150 a month to be able to create or to build additional $100,000. I mean, it's just really going to be that simple. And that is a get it done program. It's 2 days. We spend 2 days together, and we have a strategy session prior to. So we really refine your goals. I learn all that I can about your business, what you have existing and what you want to be able to create. We create it. And when we get together, we get it done. We hit the ground running. We create your radio show, your TV show, your articles, your joint ventures, your events, your partners, your sponsorships, your products or programs or services, and we actually funnel it through your social media. I mean, you actually do it hands-on, so that you leave, it's done. And that way you can just maintain everything, and you can participate in the weekly calls, the mastermind calls, and just keep growing and growing and growing from there. Now, our third option, which is our first time ever, And some people say, okay, I've got everything. I know how to do my radio shows and my TV shows, and I know all that stuff, but I'm still not making $100,000. Well, we're doing it in a 1 day. I'm having a 1 day on August the 30th. It's a Saturday from 8:30 in the morning to 7:30 p.m. And yes, there will be breaks, lunch and dinner breaks in between at the Lux Hotel on Sunset Boulevard. And this is designed for the do-it-yourselfer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you everything that it has to be done. It's going to be up to you to do it. And it's only $470. And that's at 1 day, but you also get to participate in the masterminds every Tuesday at 10. So if you get stuck, if you want to get further teaching on something, then we can able to go through it deeper and deeper from there. And then also the good news is that if for some reason after that event that you realize, okay, I thought I could do this all myself, but I realized that I do want to get into a small group or private, you can apply that 470 towards that $1,800 or towards that $3,500. So it's no love lost. So you have that option. So it's a great way to get a sampler and say, okay, maybe I can do this. Maybe I can. Maybe I do know enough. But if you decide that, hey, I really want to go further and deeper into it, just apply that 470 to your other programs, and it's a great way to be able to get started. So that's the first time we're doing it, and I really want to see how it works because I really want to make sure everybody gets the value that I want them to get, and that's how you take it from there. So again, this is a small group of 6 ladies. And again, it was 2 days, and it was really, again, a relaxed audience, a relaxed environment. We brainstorm, we mastermind together. So it's really kind of fun. We do it in homes where that way there's no worrying about parking and elevators and hallways. We just go into a comfort of a home, and we can really sit and eat and create and have beautiful views and beautiful environments. So it's a great way to be able to get this done. It's a great escape for the weekend as well, for those of you who really want to get out of the house and come back with it done. So where do we go from here? To register. Some podcasts, some extras. Okay. Some of the extra things that you get for participating and saying yes today. I believe if you say yes, I want to do this, and this is what I need to support me, that the universe will provide for you. They need to hear your yes first. So that's why all you need to do is go to anempoweredwoman.com/yes to register. And then just say, yes, this is what I want to do. And if you need more support, then you'll be able to say, okay, I need more support in this area. Okay, extra podcasts. We are going to relaunch our podcast program. We realize that we've had over 300 and something podcasts over the years, but they've been different topics in different ways. So we're starting fresh with a whole new 365 podcast where we will interview you, and we will share your story, challenges, victories, and secrets to success. And we will broadcast it to the world. Because again, it's such a great way to tell everybody about what you're doing. I mean, there's no lead page, sales page, website that can really magnify and really penetrate the souls and the hearts of women, and that substitutes them hearing you talk about your story, hear about what you did, how you did it, and why you did it. And that's so powerful. It's a good thing for you to have because it gives you another tool to be able to put on your websites, to share with your social media, to share with your community, to put it on your emails. I mean, there's lots of things you can do with it because it's always more prestigious to be interviewed than to be saying, hi, my name is so-and-so, and let me tell you about myself. So to be interviewed, and I've been doing it for a long time. I love doing it. So it really brings out the best in you. And to have that podcast for us to promote it so all of our members will know about it in our community, plus all our social media, plus everyone else in the world will know about it. The thing is, we're only limited to 365 members. So it doesn't sound like a lot, but that's 365 days in a year, and that's what we're limited to. So if you want to be included anytime this year, you have to register immediately. It's for the first come, first serve. As you register, I put you on the list, and we start recording next week. So if you want to participate, that itself is worth the price of admission, quite honestly, because if I could get that kind of exposure to my target market, it's priceless. So if you're interested and you want just another reason to say yes, go to anempoweredwoman.com /yes, YES, and register. Because a year from now, ladies, you're going to wish you had started today. I mean, we're already near the last quarter of this year, 2015. And I know a lot of us had great dreams, big dreams for this year. And some of us may have achieved them already and now are preparing for 2016. But the ones of us that have not or still have room to grow, this is a perfect time to get started because it's never too late, but you've got to start today. It's just today is the first day. So that is our Power of Seven program. And I want to take a few moments now to answer some of the questions that may have come up. So let me go back up. So let me give me a moment to look at some of the questions. Wow. All right. One of them is, can I repeat the program? Yes. Yes. If you've taken the program, the program, I'm sorry, the small program or the private, you can always repeat it. What you usually do is you come back as an assistant, and that way it gives you a chance to assist others, which really increases your level of learning because that really embeds, what you do know and what you don't know, and then it just gives you a chance to participate. So yes, you can. It's not a problem. We've been doing this for years, and we're not going anywhere. The next question is, when are the events? How can I talk to you directly? Okay, when are the events? The events are, the one day is August the 30th. It's a Saturday at the Lux Hotel. And that's the one I'm limited to 30 people to attend that day. Only 30 people will be in that room. So again, if you missed that, I don't know if we're doing it again. So this is a one and only opportunity for $470 to learn the Power of Seven in one day. And I mentioned you can always upgrade later if you decide you want to learn more. The other events, we have the privates. We have one on the 22nd and 23rd of this month, where it's $1,800 or $1,600 if you pay for it in full. And I also want to remind you that in installments, you can do Bill Me Later with PayPal, and there's no payments or interest for 6 months. And it's just really, if you go to the page, anempoweredwoman.com / yes, on that page, it has where you can click in and purchase it through PayPal. And it takes a matter of seconds to get approved, this credit approved. But again, there's no payments or interest for 6 months. And that way you're able to be in revenue and be able to obviously pay it off by that time. So that's the next event, and we do it every month in September. I think we're doing it the 12th or 13th, whatever that weekend is, and then a weekend later. So just when you register, you'll be contacted by us because we'll schedule your private strategy session. And then we look at your calendar and see what's ever convenient for you. We have a different locations. Some are in Playa del Rey, others are in Orange County. And then when we have enough requests, we're in the San Fernando Valley. So it's all flexible. So just register, and then we contact you for your strategy session, and you'll be able to respond from there. Another was, can you call me directly? Talk to me directly. Absolutely. Some businesses are not, I'm trying to find that slide that you're not able to contact them directly, but I encourage you to contact me directly. And I encourage you to call us because we want to talk to you. The phone number is 818-865-8563. It's also on our website. Then contact us, or you can email me at Desiree@anempoweredwoman.com. So that's why you can contact me, but I welcome that. And if anyone wants to talk to me prior to, when you email me and say you want to, I'll send you my calendar, and you can actually just register. You can register whatever you want on the calendar. Just register a time, pick a time, and then you schedule a time that's convenient for both of us on the calendar. So my name is Desiree. If you have any other questions, put it in the chat line. Otherwise, I thank you. Thank you. Thank you. And I encourage you to go to anempoweredwoman.com / yes and register today. And until we meet again, stay empowered.